Hi people, a long time since I made a video. I was doing some living life, and today is Women's International Day, and I like to talk about things that inspire me. And today in the morning, because I'm a little bit masochist, I look at some videos that make me really emotional early in the morning, but not for the reason people would maybe concentrate. Maybe we'll talk about from today on about this more, but it's my experience with suicide, because as one person that I really loved so much, I lost for suicide for not so long ago, and I've been through some ups and downs with depression before that and after that. I really had to concentrate on my health, psychological health, and then I've been interested in the subject of suicide for a while, and I've been studying, I've been reading, and it's just like anything else in life. When it happens to you, I start to concentrate more on it and seeing it happen all around. And with this coronavirus situation, it's been hard for a lot of people to cope with it. But the thing I saw this morning is about the kiss of success. I think is that how we pronounce it? The kiss. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry story, and I didn't see the whole interview, so I learned she was talking about things that really touched me. I already talk on videos about racism, and then she talked about the bullying that she endured caused her to have suicidal feelings or thoughts. So that really touched me, first about the racism, about the doubts about her child, if the baby would be darker or something like that. It's totally absurd. If a person that hears this it doesn't feel as absurd, there's something wrong with you, I don't know. Or maybe you're really not in contact with people from other cultures at all. It's very offensive to ask something, especially involving a child that not even is born, even before it is born, and the baggage that comes with it. So, but what I like to talk about is there are, to my knowledge, many things that can lead to suicide. And suicide can be one of the symptoms. It's a symptom, it's a consequence of depression. And the reason why people commit suicide is really non-treat depression and the stigma there is around people that need mental health help. So what happened is, after this person in my life committed suicide, it happened some high profile suicides, and it was the ex-husband of the princess here, the royal princess here in Norway. He killed himself, and I was really offended. Not, I don't say totally offended. I was irritated. That's the word, better word, by the king pronunciation about that. Is sometimes there's nothing you can do to help someone. You can try to help someone, and still they're gonna commit suicide. And I'm doing this time I'm really struggling. What could I have done to avoid someone to get suicide? I don't think I could have done, because I'm not a king, I'm not a health care professional, but I can maybe talk more about it. Maybe something that I should talk more about it in the future is how difficult it is. I am even in being in the richest country, one of the richest country in the world, to get to mental health help and everything. And how is the stigma around the world really with people that look for this kind of help? They call people crazy, and people don't even want to talk about problems, psychological problems, because like you cannot be deemed not capable to take care of your children if you have young children. But with all the consequences that there are for people, that can be for people that look for this kind of help, I'm not surprised that people don't want to look for help. But even for people like me, because I didn't have young children, I had teenager children that could eventually take care of themselves, and I had the time and the resources to take care of myself psychologically. I wasn't able to, for a long time, I had to really fight for the treatment I need. And still today, I have to pay private, and I can't get them through the public health methods, or with the discount. I have to take extra money and pay for private therapy, at least the therapy I'm doing private. So, yeah, there are things that can be done to help people not to commit suicide. And there are many reasons that people can commit suicide for. And one of them is this non-treated depression that is hard because of the stigma, societal stigma, and the system inability to help everybody, or give adequate help to people. Even in this country, I just imagine how it is in the States, like they don't have healthcare for all, and how people don't treat the teeth here, or like in Norway, we have healthcare, but it's not included dentist. Like the teeth is also part of the body. Like, I don't understand. But there are other reasons, like with Meghan Markle told, bullying. Bullying is one thing that I don't think is talked enough. Like bullying, harassment on the workplace. There are some things that can lead to people commit suicide, and not a person otherwise functioning perfectly, being bullied, harassed systematically, can take this decision too, like Meghan Markle. And you don't need to be in a royalty for that. Like I see, study all the time about bullying. Just recently I saw a clip with someone commenting on Jordan Peterson, that's supposed to be a psychologist and authority on this subject, and he tells with details accounts of him and his peers bullying someone at his work. So there's so many things wrong with that video. I can put in a link for it, but just look for a commentary on Jordan Peterson bullying. That's amazing. Life has enough problems as it is, and then we have to deal with, like, being a woman. There's a lot of challenges with that. We have a lot of reasons to think about that. But then you add to society problems that is not really talked about. So I really feel irritated when someone says there's nothing that can be done about suicide. It's like, it's just a fact of life. But I don't think so. Whatever, more and more I learn about it. After it happens, there's nothing you can do. But I've been litigating each moment I spend with this person, each word you said, and where I could have done something. In my case, I don't think I could because I'm not a health professional. But give access to health professional to everyone that needs is one way of doing it, of helping or avoiding. Teaching people to have more self-worth and self-esteem as another thing. Kids, especially young kids with problems with image and has nobody to talk to about the problems, it would help a lot with the suicidal prevention. Yes, I don't think I get really irritated with this thing. I don't think people that have been through that should feel responsible, but those are things that we should think as a society that we could do to change, especially now with really hard times. People have to be isolated so much with corona. We use this time that we have free at home to think about things that we really didn't think before. And I've been through really hard times myself, and I can't say that I never thought about suicide myself, but I have privilege to have the financial and the time, and I'm in a place where I can get help, and I've been having help, and hopefully this won't be happening with me, but I really feel for people that can't access the resources I have. So the thing I can give as advice is to do what you can to have help. Don't think that you are crazy because you have some mental issue. It's not. This is thing that is even worse than the pandemic, because it was happening before the pandemic. And with the pandemic, it's only accelerate the problem. So I hope Happy Women's International Day is not very good, hoping, hopeful video, but yeah, if you guys want to talk about this subject and share tips and share life experiences, I think it's very good. I'm happy that women are getting more rights every day, but they should not take for granted. And certainly mental health is something that affects women too, a lot. So, beijinhos. Tchau, tchau.